And so these deployments of people in the city now, in my city now, harkens back to this. It's not the same situation, but it could be. It's called the long, hot summer of 67. So let's look at that. Okay. This long, hot summer that came in 1967, there were 150 riots in American cities. Almost all in the Black community. Folks were furious. At minimum, they killed 85 Black people. At minimum, they injured 2,100. At minimum, they recorded or reported arresting 11,000 people. The worst riots, of course, were in July of that year in Newark and Detroit. Now, let me see. Newark was the 14th. I just need to get the sequence. Let me see. All right. And for 9 months in 1967, there were riots in American cities. There were 150 riots in a 9-month period. If you sit down and you think about it, that's almost 17, 18 riots every damn month. The people were pissed. Okay, good. I'm glad, because Newark happened first. That's where I wanted to start. Newark riots started with the beating of a Black cab driver. I'm familiar. I just want to make certain I tell it to you right. John William Smith. People rioted for 5 days. 26 people were killed, 700 injured, 1,000 plus were arrested. At least $100 million in damage. To this day, Newark hasn't fully recovered from that riot. Certain people started calling this Black Revolution. The riot in Newark shook up the entire United States government. It made President Johnson look like a fool. And as well, people like Dr. King and others will have to catch up with the people in the streets to try to get out in front of them. It didn't quite work. Okay. The next place, Detroit. Police raided a bar. Negroes need to drink. They're called Blind Pigs. These are unlicensed places for Negroes to hang out and lounge, drink, and carouse. And the police, of course, shaking down, taking money, bothering people. They used to do this to gay clubs too. Just the police make assholes of themselves. I mean, there's a lot they could do, but they want to go the Blind Pig. Another riot lasted 5 days. There were a minimum 1,200 injuries, 43 deaths, 43 deaths, 33 Black, 10 white, 7,400 National Guards were sent in to quell fire bombings. The fire bombings in Detroit lasted from 1967 all the way up to the Million Man March of 1995. Black Devils, all that stuff, that never stopped when people would burn and do stuff out of anger, rage, destructive anger. President Johnson had troops with tanks and machine guns in Michigan. There was a massacre of young Black men in the Algiers Hotel. They're accused of raping white girls, and the police just executed these guys. These kinds of things happen. All those folks just have to sleep interracially. There's just never enough sex in the Black community. There's not enough STD and unwanted babies. You just got to go somewhere else. Go at your own peril. Okay? One of the things that occurred is that uh, the war on poverty, they started in the United States, basically the equivalent of what they were doing in Vietnam, as the United States Army with the Republic of South Vietnam. They did what's called pacification. In the 60s, they started having all kinds of programs for black youth, jobs, anybody that they could coon, like it. You could get anything when shit was on fire. It's amazing. You go and talk and beg and plead, burn some shit over. What you want a job? They began doing a. It wasn't enough, but they put a band-aid on it, and that's where you got the coon group to really get bigger. A lot of people got out of the hood.
And
So
got government jobs.
got government jobs. Okay. So there was a riot in Omaha, Nebraska, riot in Nashville, Tennessee, riot in Louisville, Kentucky, riot. Cleveland had another goddamn riot in 67. There was another riot in Ohio, Massillon, Ohio. There was a riot in Wichita, Kansas. There was a riot in Mississippi. You know, someone got killed there. One person killed.